everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Christina, I'm glad you're here. Let's get right into the video. Today I picked something I found on Instagram from a Monat lady who claims that she is a director, and she has an opportunity call on her Instagram highlights together with her, I guess, upline, the person who recruited her. And she wants to present the Monat business opportunity to us. She herself states in her bio on Instagram that she is a director. The only reason that I'm saying that I would take this with a grain of salt is because Monat is currently bleeding reps. So a lot of people who are at the tippity top ranks, SED, ED or AED, those are the three director ranks in Monat, have dropped ranks. It could very well be that she's still in Monat at the top of the company, but it could also not be. Anyway, this is an opportunity call that she uploaded to her social media. And just as a disclaimer, the people I will show today are either public figures or they present themselves as public figures. They utilize their Instagram to recruit people and to make business off of that. That is why, per YouTube guidelines, I can show them, I can talk about them, and I don't have to conceal their identity, I don't have to blur out their faces or names. But having that said, that is not an invitation for anyone who watches this video to go to these people's pages, to harass them, to leave them nasty comments. That is not what I'm doing these videos for. These videos are for entertainment purposes and for educational purposes. Please do not contact these people. And now let's really get into the video. I do appreciate that she typed into the caption that the actual opportunity call starts at a minute into the video. I find it always very awkward, at least from my professional knowledge of working from home now for 2 or 2.5 years, that people who are on calls, whether it is a professional call or in her case it was an Instagram live, that people are still doing these weird and wonky entries. Shouldn't you be able to do this a little bit more professional? Oops, what am I doing? Speaking of being professional, it's my roller ball for my foot. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that now, but hi. Speaking of professional, shouldn't we be able to do this in a more professional way? And if this is your livelihood, maybe start and be prepared and don't type your life away. I'm getting it. She's probably advising people, hey, I'm live now, come and watch me. But that is something I also recognize in my regular everyday work, that people will do the weirdest stuff on calls and they don't mute themselves and you can hear them typing their lives away, and that is something that drives me nuts, just saying. Anyway, but she will get started in a second. Weird side tangent, let's continue.
Hi, okay. We are going to take, there we go.
Okay, we're adjusting the camera. Lady, do that beforehand.
We are bringing on my partner in crime and gonna go ahead and get started.
Am I on? Hello? Am I here?
We're here.
Yay!
Okay, we did it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go. So, hi, for real this time. I am so excited to be here tonight with all of you and talk to you guys about what we do with my partner in crime, tell you all about it. And if you are new here, my name is Kristen Slonicki. I have been with this brand for 3 years, and it has been such a blessing in my life. And I was really blown away when this opportunity came my way, and I realized how simple it would be to add it into my already packed schedule. So right now, I'm going to pass it over to Denise, who is my partner in crime, and she actually introduced me to this business, and she's going to share with you just an overview of what it is that we actually do.
Before we actually listen to this, I would like to state one thing, that of course she's an absolutely beautiful individual and she has a very aesthetically pleasing Instagram. So I guess that's a plus if you want to recruit a lot of people. But also she started 3 years ago, that's what she said. So she started a good while ago. before the pandemic, and she was really able to make use of the economical and personal catastrophic situation for most people. And she was really able to benefit off of that. We do know now that during the pandemic, a lot of people went to MLMs because they wanted to make an income, because they had to make an extra income, because they were laid off, because they were let go, because they wanted or had to stay home because schools and kindergartens were closed and people were looking for an opportunity. So maybe just keep that in mind when the lady at the top is talking. She was able to benefit off of the pandemic and the people joining because they were looking for something in the hopes of bettering their lives and staying safe in those troublesome times.
Hi, can you hear me? Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Thanks for being on. So the question most of us get all the time and want to know right away, what do we do? Influencer marketing, right? We share about things that we love. For instance, I'm a big movie guy, okay? If I watch something that I genuinely am obsessing over, I'm going to tell my friends about it. I'm going to share about it. If I go to a restaurant I really like, if I go to a new place that I've never been to, I'm going to tell people about it. That's what we all do. So this company particularly has anti-aging, hair care, skincare, body care, which is brand new, and wellness lines. So something that we all use every single day, right? Which makes it easier for me to be able to fit into my schedule when my lifestyle. And I felt like it was not something that I had to do outside of my, day-to-day things that I did all the time. And I'm not going to lie, because I'm not such a big sales guy, I have to be able to, enjoy whatever it is that I'm telling people about, and it's something that I am using. It's not something that I'm just now discovering and starting to use out of nowhere in my entire life, right? So another great thing, guys, when you partner up with the company, it's so great because you receive your personal website. So when I share about the products or about the business with anybody, I get to send them my personal website where they can go and shop and look at all the products and look at the things that I've recommended, look at things that they want to look at. And I want to say, just like any other job, it's very unclear. When you first get started, you don't really know what you're going to do, just like anything else. But just like any other business, we have all the resources, how to help launch your online business, how to help you get branded, how to market yourself, how to sell yourself, which is one of the most important things in life. We don't even realize it, just being confident in who you are and being able to tell somebody something that you're passionate about, regardless whether you're selling it or not, and it's very, very easy to kick off your business with something like this, with a company like this, is because you get to work with so many uplifting people that the moment you begin, your energy, your whole life just shifts. Like you have no idea what's happening, but it's like it just happens overnight. And the weird part about that is all I did was just buy a bundle of products, try them out myself, started using them, shared it, and that was it. That's all I did. And here's this.
When MLM ladies try to recruit you, or also MLM gentlemen, they hardly ever use normal language that you can understand. It is like MLM slang, if you will, MLM language to conceal what you're actually doing. And I find that always very confusing and deceptive. This is her partner in crime, so her upline, the person who recruited her. This is recruitment. I mean, just say, I recruited the person. But a lot of people will not publicly say the word recruitment because it has a lot of negative connotations at this point, and I get why. But there is so much more deceptive language happening. The person at the bottom says that she is doing influencer marketing. You're not an influencer because you join an MLM. She shares products she loves, and that you will get a personalized link to a website, and that she partnered up with a company. So from the verbiage I hear, it sounds like she's trying to sound enticing to young people who might want to be influencers, who might want to make a living as content creators. And especially in Monat, I do see and hear that so much, that this is the audience they're trying to target. When you join Monat, you are not an influencer. You're not doing influencer marketing. When you're in Monat, you're an independently contracted salesperson. You having a personalized link or a personalized website also doesn't mean that you do affiliate marketing the way an influencer or a content creator would do. That is very deceptive and very misleading, and I suppose it is to be like this because this is the target audience that she wants to approach. Pitch it to women who want to be influencers and then pretty much luring them into an MLM where they have to sell products, that is shitty. You're not an influencer when you join an MLM, and you don't just share products you love. You didn't do that before, probably, with a purpose of selling products. You sharing a product on social media doesn't mean that you make a sale. The only way you make money in Monat is when you sell a product or when you recruit someone. You sharing your favorite drink, your favorite movies, is not you selling those. You have to overcome objections. When I talk to half of my family members about the great new horror movie I found, and I love it so much, and you would probably be interested in that as well, half of my family and friends are like, no, I'm good, I'm not a horror movie fan, and that is fine. It doesn't matter to me, I will just tell them, and they can then choose if they want to look at that as well. But it doesn't matter to me personally. If you don't like horror movies, if you're easily scared, if you think they're weird, if you think they're disgusting, don't go and watch them. But if you're in an MLM, you have to convince people to like what you're selling, to look at what you're selling, and to join you on your team. Sharing and successfully selling something are two different things. And in addition to that, she also says that she's not a sales guy and that whatever she does there is super easy, but that's not true. You have to sell the products, you have to sell the business opportunity. You have to be good at approaching people, talking about the products, talking about the opportunity you have to offer, and successfully close the deal at some point. You only get paid when you sell and when you recruit. So you have to be somewhat of a salesperson if you want to be successful at this. She says it is so easy, but it's not. It is easy to join an MLM. It is easy to join Monat, yeah. If you're 18 years or older, if you live in one of the countries Monat is operating in, and you're able to either spend $99 on a starter pack without products or $199 on a starter pack with products, you are in Monat. But that doesn't mean that you're successful. It means that it's easy to join, but to actually sell the products and to sell the opportunity, that is difficult. In addition to that, she also says that it's not just easy, but it is easy because you have so many uplifting people around you. Yeah, because those people also profit off of you. So it is in their best interest to keep you interested, to keep you motivated, and to include you in this financial cult-like situation. Let's take a look at the income disclosure statement, because if it is so easy, the income disclosure statement should show this. 93.36% of active and inactive US Monat market partners were at the first rank. And the median annual gross earnings is $21, or the average annual earnings at that rank is $144. If it was that easy, why wouldn't these people want to rank up and make some more money? But let's take a look at the second rank. That's managing market partner. 3.26% of people in the company do hit that rank, and they make a median annual gross earnings of $1,686, or on average $1,963. That is $140 per month. That is not a lot. Also, those numbers are all before taxes and before expenses. So if you join with a Monat starter pack of $199, you already spend more than you get out of this. Let's take a look at the people who make actually a little bit of money. Let's say that people who hit the market mentor rank and up are the ones that make some money that you could consider a livable income. Market mentor has an annual median income of $43,885. The median income is a better depiction of what the majority of people make. That's why I'm looking at that. From there up, you have managing market mentor with over 88,000 a year, and so on and so forth. But how likely is it that you will hit those ranks? If I add the percentage of people that are at those ranks, market mentor and higher, it is 0.32% of the company, whereas over 93% are at the bottom rank. Doesn't sound that easy to me.
Try them out myself, started using them, shared it, and that was it. That was it. That's all I did. And here's the switch that you have to do, okay? Which is the most simple thing. I know Kristen and I always talk about this, but I put my time towards growing an online business versus scrolling on my Instagram. It made such a big difference. It made me enjoy Instagram so much more. It made me realize its value towards growing your business. It's mind-blowing to me. And let me tell you guys, if you're a numbers person, I'm going to tell you guys what I love about this company is how they pay out, okay? I wasn't, a big money person, but I'm a big number person. And, they have made $2.2 billion in revenue in sales, okay, in 7 years. And half of that, they paid out in commission. Okay, that's kind of crazy. The moment you start, if you're smart, you'll throw yourself right in, because the bonuses that they have and the reward that you're going to receive is unlike anything I've ever seen. Think about those numbers that I just shared with you. And I want to tell you one more thing that is a crazy number, and then I'm going to pass it back to Kristen so she can tell you guys a little bit more about the products itself and her journey through this. But influencer marketing, which is the business that we're in, is estimated to be at $13.8 billion next year, right? This year. And last year it was 6.5. So it doubled. And by next year, it's estimated to grow at 72.5%. That's insane. It's insane to not get involved with this type of industry. So back to you, Chris.
She said that she enjoyed this business so much more when she just stopped scrolling on social media and she was able to see her business grow. I don't know how that would be more fun, because you stop entertaining yourself, taking your mind off of things. Instagram is not for fun anymore. You have to post there regularly, and that's the fun you have. At least that's what I interpret from that. Doesn't sound like fun to me, though. And she also says that Monat made $2.2 billion in revenue or sales over the past 7 years, and that Monat is so wonderful and awesome because the distributors get, what did she say? Yeah, 50% of that commission. I'm not sure if that is true, but I've heard other people state this as well, the people who were involved in designing the compensation plan, so it could be true. But I find it interesting that she's pulling up those numbers because she's a numbers person, but she didn't really talk about the income disclosure statement. I mean, I presented you the numbers. The numbers from Monat are pretty shitty. She's presenting you numbers for an opportunity that very, very likely will not happen to you. And with this statement always comes the question, is Monat a billion-dollar company? That is what a lot of people say, and also people from the corporate side, but that is not necessarily true. There is no official proof out there that Monat at this point is a billion-dollar company. In fact, Monat on their website state that if you want to join Monat, you will be supported by a multi-million-dollar company. So it doesn't look to me that Monat is a billion-dollar company. I don't think it is super essential, but it is something that the Monat ladies will use to pitch you the opportunity, to make this sound so much more interesting and so much more profitable than it actually is. Monat, according to their own documents, is not a billion-dollar company. Those 2.2 billion that she says Monat made in 7 years, and 50% get paid to the distributors, that is very deceptive, because who gets paid those commissions? Who gets paid those bonuses? 50% of what the company makes goes to the distributors, but only to the very, very few distributors at the tippity top. I showed you the income disclosure statement. The people at the bottom ranks make hardly anything. 21 bucks. And what was the second rank? $140 monthly? Ooh, before expenses, before taxes. That is not a good look. You can give your reps 50% of what you make, but if the distribution is only for the people at the tippity top and the people at the bottom hardly make anything, it is not really worth it. The majority of people in Monat are at the bottom two ranks and make hardly anything. So who is profiting off of the sales and the recruitment? Those people. Who is it? The directors, the people who are directors or who were directors. Those two. That is why they want you on their team. They are a part of the less than 0.3% of people who are able to hit the higher ranks. If you join Monat, it is highly unlikely that you will participate in those huge bonus payments and in you participating in sales worth billions of dollars. And then she finishes with influencer marketing. Look at the numbers. It is such a huge market, which is true. This statement is irrelevant. Like I said before, if you join Monat, you're not an influencer. You're not introducing people into influencer marketing. You're a salesperson for an MLM. So it doesn't matter how much money influencers can make because you're not an influencer when you join Monat.
Marketing is for sure the future, which I feel like companies are getting so smart. You know, the old way, we used to have magazines, we used to, you know, they used to spend all their money on commercials, and then they're seeing social media just completely taking over and exploding. And something to what Denise just said, you know, what she discovered herself in this business, the value in what social media could do for growing her business, also the value in what it could do for growing your network. I've met some of my best friends that were complete strangers online. It's true what they say, it does go down in the DMs. So to tell you a little bit about the company, we have been open only 7 years. This is actually our birth month this October. We are open in 8 countries: US, UK, Canada, Ireland, Poland, Spain, Lithuania, and we just launched in Australia, which we are so excited about. We are so excited to welcome all of our new Australian friends to...
Apologies, Australia and New Zealand. That's where Monat now launched as well. I feel bad for you, and I have to apologize, although I didn't launch there, but I feel bad for every country where Monat launches. This seems to be an older opportunity call because they launched in Australia last year, and this year was announced that they're going to launch in New Zealand, which they're live in now. This call is still valid, but it seems to be older. She has it still up on her Instagram, so she thinks it's worth it. Let's take a look. Let's take a look what you say about Monat Products. I'm sure the best of the best of the tippity top of the best.
In 8 countries: US, UK, Canada, Ireland, Poland, Spain, Lithuania, and we just launched in Australia, which we are so excited about. We are so excited to welcome all of our new Australian friends to our company, to our business, to our network, making more best friends across the globe, which is absolutely wild. And if you are in Australia now, just a quick side note, you have an incredible opportunity if you are enrolling by October 31st to become a founder in that region, which is insane. What that means really quickly is you are able to collect shares quarterly from the Australian region. Every single quarter for life, you will collect shares from our company when you hit a specific rank. So it is very exciting. More info to come when you join our team. But to go into a little bit more details about what it is that we are sharing, it is, like Denise mentioned, hair care, skincare, and wellness. And all 3 have the same premise. It's beauty from the inside out. And this is something to really care about everyone, men, women, everyone, because it's not just about vain beauty. It's healthy beauty, being healthy from within. And that's where our wellness line comes from, because we're not going to have healthy skin. We're not going to have healthy hair. We're not going to have healthy lives if we aren't taking the proper probiotics, precautions, those things that are setting us up for anti-aging. So it is an anti-aging, vegan, luxury beauty line, all clean products, no harsh chemicals. I'm not going to really go too much into details because, again, you'll have all of the training on that. But we are constantly launching new products. We just launched our protein from our wellness line. We just launched body care, which is absolutely amazing, which is going to keep our whole body hydrated and young. So Forbes says, I love to share this quote, Forbes literally says, the best time to join a company, a groundbreaking moment to join a company is when we are in the midst of product launches and global expansion, which we are in right now. So this is the time that you want to be joining us. So our niche is beauty from the inside out, and we are helping people, which is so special. You might be wondering, how are you helping someone? By selling them shampoo or protein, and we are helping them by feeling more confident, by repairing things that they didn't think that they would repair, that little bald spot they never thought that was going to go away, their skin issues that they've been struggling with for years. And when you get those messages of the confidence is increasing, it feels so good. And not to mention the people we're helping when they join this business and their lives are changing. So I'm going to transition back to Denise. She's going to share with you some of the benefits when you join. Denise, take it away.
Wow. I mean, she went there, okay? She's helping people feel beautiful, and she's helping them with their bald spot. I mean, lady, do you know anything about Monat? Do you know anything about the company you're in? Do you know about the lawsuits that are out there that are still pending, that haven't been settled yet? Because people claim that Monat made their hair fall out. Bad marketing, okay? Bad influencer marketing. Okay, resetting, you know, being calm from the inside and outside. Monat is 7 years old. That is not a ground floor opportunity. 7 years old means that the market is already saturated, and we see that because people are leaving Monat. It has been alleged that this year alone, tens of thousands of reps have left Monat. She's talking about the founder's share and about Australia. That is something they always bring up when they launch in a new country. I'm not going into depth here because I want to make a dedicated video about Monat at some point, including the founder's share. Just saying, this sounds so great that you will be a founder and you will be able to participate in the sales for life. But that is, yet again, super, super hard. When Monat launches in a new country, you have to hit a rank by a certain time and keep that rank. When you lose that rank, you're not eligible for the founder share money. She makes it sound so easy and so nice, but it is highly, highly unlikely for you to even hit that rank. And it is even more unlikely for you to keep that rank. Something I also hear a lot is that Monat products are luxury. Monat is not a luxury line. Monat is an MLM, and the products have to be that pricey because you have to pay the reps a lot of levels, up, down, deep dive, right and left. You have so many people in the company who participate in getting money from selling product and recruiting people. That's why they're so pricey. In an MLM, every rep is pretty much a middleman, and that's why the products are so overpriced. Not because they're luxury. That is a false statement, and we hear that with any MLM. She also said that Monat just launched new products, among them body care and protein powder. That is also always very confusing to me. You're a hair care company. Why do you have to sell protein powders? Where is your expertise in this? But that just shows me that the MLMs get very, very similar. They start out with a certain product and then they need to keep their own reps interested. That's why they keep coming out with new products. That is not necessarily a good sign because in an MLM, you don't really sell to outside customers, to actual retail customers. You sell to your own reps. Those are the people you need to keep interested. And it doesn't make you any special. If you're a hair care company, why do you sell protein powder? If you're a supplement company, why do you suddenly start to sell decorative cosmetics, for example? I find that very, very difficult. She also says that according to Forbes, that it is the best time to join a company when new products are being launched and when there is expansion. And that might be true for regular companies, but not for MLMs. You need to keep the market open for the people that are already in the MLM. That's why you have to expand into other countries. I would argue that's rather a bad sign. And you need to keep your own reps interested. That's why you have to come out with new products. 7 years into an MLM is not the best time to join the company. Monat is 7 years old. The best time to join Monat would have been right at the starting point, preferably in the pre-launch phase, when the market wasn't saturated yet, people didn't know yet what Monat actually was, what MLMs typically are. That is the best time to join any MLM, not 7 years down the line. You cannot compare a multi-level marketing company whose business model is based on recruitment to actual companies that sell to retail customers. Once again, that's an argument that's irrelevant, just like the influencer marketing argument. These are people who are allegedly at the top of the company, and they're not even able to give you the real information. This is so deceptive. And then just to repeat it, because I think it is a very important point, she really went there and said that Monat Products give people confidence and can help you with your beauty inside and out. I beg to disagree, especially when she says that it can help you with your bald spots on your head. There are still several lawsuits out there, and there were a lot of lawsuits out there which Monat settled at this point. They didn't win those lawsuits, they settled, they paid their way out of this. When former customers and former reps claim that Monat Products made their hair fall out and gave them bald spots, scalp sores. So the fact that she's actually going there and is trying to tell people Monat will make you feel beautiful inside out and will help you with your bald spot on your head, ooh, that is a blatant disregard of what is actually happening out there. Let's continue. It can only get better or worse.
Okay, guys, I'm not going to lie to you when I tell you that when I first partnered up with Modern Nature, the brand, the fastest growing anti-aging, they're the best. When I first partnered up with the company, I wasn't that thrilled or sold about the perks because it's not because I didn't believe it. It's because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to a company rewarding you as often and as much as they do. Okay. So they send us on trips. Next week, we're going to Dominican Republic. In February, we're going to Mexico, where they're also going to announce our next trip next year. And there's so many trips that we've been on already. Not going to get into it. But the fact is, what's crazy is, who scrolls on Instagram? And I mean, 4 years ago when I partnered up, I remember thinking, wow, you know, I was working my full-time job. I was obsessed with my career. I was a senior art director in New York City. I got to create. I loved it. So I'm telling you right now, coming from a happy place, but why I was unhappy was I had to constantly ask off or permission to go away on vacation because I'm a big travel person. So I would see all these influencers going on these free trips. And in my mind, I'm like, I know I could do that, but I don't have, my lifestyle doesn't fit into that. I can't earn that. I can't, there's all these things that would like cross my mind. And then when I heard that they send us on trips, I was like, yeah, that sounds nice, but it's real. I've gone on 6 or 7 trips already, and it's insane the places that they send you and how they treat you. It's crazy. Another thing, guys, a company car. I used to remember thinking, like, when people told me that they had a company car, I'm like, wow, your company's really cool. You know, corporate or, you know, an individual owned, doesn't matter. I thought it was so cool that their company was paying for a car. Ours does. You either get a Cadillac, you get a Jaguar, or you get a Range Rover. It's insane. Aside from that, aside from your bank account growing, the one thing that you don't really realize that you're going to gain, and I find this as a big perk, is the personal development. I would say that I wouldn't be sold on this prior, but it's crazy the amount of growth that you actually have as a person throughout this business. The one thing I can guarantee you that I don't need any facts on, that if you start this with an open mind and open heart and like all in mindset, you won't lose. You'll only gain something. There's no way you will ever stop this without gaining anything. What am I forgetting anything? I mean, aside from the fact that you get freedom. Listen, before I pass it back to Kristen, I will say the biggest perk, obviously, I never realized that we could have this in our age, in our lifestyles that we've had. I thought that I had to work hard as long as I could and, you know, live paycheck to paycheck. That's just what it is. You know, as I got older, I thought I was going to make more money, and like, that's when I can, you know, get by and like have a little bit more money. And that's just how it's set up, right? But with this, it's crazy. You work really hard. Not only do you get rewarded, but you make your own schedule. I started this saying I want to make a couple extra bucks a month. No way I'm quitting my job for some shampoo, which, by the way, when I first started and when Kristen joined the business, it was only hair care. Then they launched skincare, and then they launched wellness and body care. So you see how much it's grown in only 4 years that we've been involved. You can only imagine where it's going. But I remember thinking I'm never going to quit my job, and I did. So because it's the real thing, it pays out well. It's the perks, the rewards, and I get to make my own schedule. It works around you. So there's nothing more satisfying than that. So that's why you'll always read those memes when they talk about entrepreneurs, when they work and they work all these crazy hours. It's because they want to, because they can also easily take off whenever they want. But Kristen.
So she's pretty much talking about the perks you can have when you join Monat, like the trips and the car and the time freedom, and actually just freedom. Let's talk about the trips first. The trips are not free. The way she makes it sound is we get sent on trips. You sign up for Monat and then you go on trips. Ah, bibbidi babbidi boo, isn't that beautiful? Those trips are not free. You have to hit a certain rank by a certain time for a certain period of time, possibly. You have to have a certain personal volume goals, the things you purchase and sell yourself, a certain group volume goal you have to hit, so the people in your downline, and yes, you have to have a downline, you have to recruit people to have group volume to be eligible for the trips. So you have to work your way towards that, and they're not free, and it is really, really difficult to hit those requirements. Also, if you're able to achieve those goals and you are allowed to attend those trips, they're not fully paid for, depending on the tier or the category you might have hit, depending on your rank. Your airfare and your hotel might be paid. Things you want to do on your own there, food, beverages, very likely is something you have to purchase yourself. If you want somebody to join you, you'll also have to pay for that yourself, unless you're probably at the tippity top of the compensation plan, where a partner or a spouse is also invited. And even if Monat, in the rare case, really pays for all of your expenses, you still have to pay taxes on the value of that trip. So those trips are never free. And she didn't say that the trips are free, but she is, in my opinion, lying by omission here, because she's not telling you that if you join Monat, you have the potential to hit trips, but these are the requirements you have to hit. And also she brings in the topic of influencer trips, something that enticed her when she had what sounds like a pretty cool job before she joined Monat. And she saw people who are on influencer trips, and yeah, there are brand trips that companies send influencers on. Those are probably fully paid for, but once again, you're not an influencer when you join Monat. So those influencer trips are irrelevant, once again, to this discussion. And then something that is rather upsetting, because I thought we were over that, but Monat doesn't offer you a company car. A big no. When you are in Monat, you need to hit a certain rank, the rank of market mentor or higher, and then you are eligible to participate in the Monat Motor Club program. I don't want to go into too much depth here, because once again, this is a topic I think I would like to make a dedicated video about, but just to run you through this in short, you have to hit a certain rank. You have to be a part of the 0.3 something% of people to even be eligible for this program. You have to hit the rank, and you have to keep the rank for 3 consecutive months so that you're eligible for the program, and then you have to continue to hit your rank. If you lose your rank, Monat will not pay you for this. And it's not a company car, because the car is not in Monat's name. If you've ever worked a job where they're offered company cars, they will offer you a car. You can drive that also for private purposes, or if you are a little further up in the hierarchy and you're leading your own department, for example, you can also get a company car that is truly fully paid for. You can choose the car you want, you can choose the style you want, depending on how long you've stayed with a company. You have a certain budget, and that is a car that is paid for by the company, and you can profit off of that. You can drive that on your own personal time. You don't have to pay for the car. You don't have to pay for gas or insurance. You don't have to pay for the upkeep. You don't have to pay for change of tires, for example. So that is a company car. Monat is not. Let's take a look at the Monat Motor Club document that states very clearly that you're not getting a company car. Upon completion of the initial qualifying period, meaning you have to hit a certain rank and you have to keep that rank for 3 consecutive months, you will receive an official email from Monat inviting you to participate in the Monat Motor Club program along with the terms and conditions. The following steps are required to join the club successfully. Obtain your white Cadillac. Also have the option to select a Jaguar or Land Rover. Please refer to the vehicle section of this document to view the full requirements. Send the following documents to Motor Club and blah blah blah. A copy of the acknowledgement form signed by you and a witness, a copy of the purchase or lease agreement, a document from the dealership which indicates the color of the vehicle. You have to provide proof that you bought or leased the car, so it's not a company car. Let's scroll down to the advisory, and I need to wear my glasses for this, people. Use bigger letters, okay? Please, thank you. Advisory. This is Monat's own advice. Please be aware of the following important points regarding your participation in the Monat Motor Club. The contract you execute for the purchase or lease of your vehicle will be between you and the car dealership or financial institution. So Monat even says you can participate in the Motor Club program if you hit a certain rank, but it's your car, it's in your name. Monat will only give you a certain payment towards the down payment of the car that may or may not cover the down payment. I would argue it doesn't, because you have to get a Cadillac less than 5 years old. That's going to be pricey. And then they will give you a monthly allowance of $500, $750, or $1,000 depending on the rank you have hit. But the $500 to $1,000 are a bonus paid out by Monat that might or might not cover your monthly car costs. It's not a company car if it is in your name. It is not fully paid for by Monat. It's a car that's in your name, and Monat is giving you some money that might or might not cover your cost. Ooh, icky. And then she said the obligatory personal development is so important in this company. Well, that's not a perk Monat offers, but okay, let's talk about this. I almost suffocated on this, swallowing my own spit. But that's what happens, when Monat ladies speak about self-development. Self-development, let me translate that yet again, means brainwashing. You have to brainwash yourself to stay in Monat. Your upline will help you with that. That's beautiful, but that is what personal development means in multi-level marketing companies. You cannot lose in Monat. You always win. That is not true. No. I showed you the income disclosure statement, also the card program. You can lose a rank and then you lose Monat paying you a certain bonus towards the car. Most people financially lose in Monat. 93% of the people at the bottom rank would probably not describe themselves as winners. With no fault of their own, the system is built for them to lose money so that the people at the top can win. So that statement is already wrong. But with self-development, that is something that you will see and accept and love. It's brainwashing. You gain freedom. What? No, you don't. What is this? Are you locked up somewhere and Monat is freeing you out of your prison? I don't think so. You don't gain freedom. Actually, she was talking about time freedom and that you can do this in the nooks of your time. Do you say it like this? That you can do this at the time that fits into your schedule. Why am I describing things so eloquently today? Yes, you're welcome. Monat is wrecking my brain. You will have to work pretty much 24/7 if you want to have just the slightest shot at recruiting people or selling a product or two, because people will not just knock on your social media threshold and say, "Hi, sell me the products, give me the business opportunity." You will have to converse with people 24/7. You will have to put the job opportunity out there 24/7 if you want to have a shot to even make one dime. So no, you don't gain freedom. I would argue that you lose a lot of freedom because you have to promote Monat 24/7. And then she also says that if you work really hard, you get rewarded. That is false. You can work as hard as you want in an MLM and not see one single dime, cent, pfennig. You can work 24/7 and not see any money. If nobody signs up with you and if nobody wants to purchase a product, you will not get rewarded. That statement is false. That is something that people at the top of companies, in multi-level marketing companies, want to tell their downline and potential recruits. They will always credit their dedication and their hard work. That is why they made it to the top of the company. But they never credit good timing, like, I don't know, joining 3 or 4 years ago, like joining before the pandemic hit, having an attractive visual appearance that probably makes it easier to sell products, being a little bit more eloquent on your social media. But no, it's hard work. It's not luck, it's not timing. And then she has to finish off with something about being an entrepreneur. Once again, that argument is irrelevant. You're not an entrepreneur when you join Monat. You don't build anything of your own. You don't build your own company. You're not running your own business. You're not an entrepreneur. You're an independently contracted salesperson, and you enter an already existing system. So once again, that argument is irrelevant.
Kristen, you want to wrap this up?
So true. Yes. I was just, I was thinking this while you were speaking. It's just how, to add on to what you're saying, we have people of all walks of life. So maybe you are in the same position that Denise was, where she didn't get to make her own schedule. Maybe you are able to already make your own schedule. You're already working remote. You're already doing influencer work. We have all types of people that are coming into this and having all different types of rewards. Every single person gets something different from this. And for me, what was so impactful and meaningful was Monat empowered me to find my own deeper purpose and to understand that I needed to impact people. I wanted to share the light, to share opportunities. I've always been someone that wanted to help as many people as I could, and I found somewhere that I really had a voice and that I was able to help so many people in masses really change their lives and build their confidence. So that is what Monat has been for me, and I am so grateful to be a part of it. For you to get started, it is super simple. You're going to get with whoever invited you onto this call, and they are going to walk you through a few business kits that you are able to pick out for you alone. These are your products for you to try out. You have a 30-day return policy if you're not obsessed, but we already know you are going to be obsessed with these products. They are amazing. Once you have that kit, and even before, the moment you hit submit to join us in this business, in this journey, you are able to start making money right away. You are going to get a link to get onboarded. The company's going to email you the corporate training. You get your website right away. So very simple process. And then boom, you're getting on a one-on-one with whoever is enrolling. And you guys are going to launch your business based off of your schedule, your goals. So super exciting. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see you on the next team call and meet all of our new friends in Australia as well. Welcome. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And do not sleep on this. I'm telling you, this is truly, as cliche as it sounds, the opportunity of a lifetime. All right.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. I thought it couldn't get any more upsetting, but it did, because Kristen had to finish off with this virtue signaling. I always wanted to empower people. I always wanted to reach out to people and give them the opportunity and to help them better their lives. That is what people in multi-level marketing companies will say a lot, but it's just not true. You're not reaching out to better other people's lives. You're reaching out because you need to recruit people to build a downline so that you can live a financially better life. But I think when you are in an MLM, you need to tell yourself that, and also others, that you're not just a salesperson. There's nothing wrong with being a salesperson, but you can just be open and honest about this. You're not going to change people's lives to the positive. Most people who join Monat will lose money. 93% of people, of active and inactive market partners in Monat in 2021 were at the bottom level. That is not impacting people and changing people's lives in a positive way. At least not if you ask me. That is really culty verbiage. I mean, why do you have to share the light? What are you? Are you a character in Shadow and Bones and you're the light bearer? No, shut up. You're selling shampoo. Now also supplements and body care and skin care. You're not sharing light. Shush it. That is deceptive, that is culty, that is stupid. This call is titled Opportunity is Calling, but I would argue it's really not that great of an opportunity, that we're spreading so much misinformation. Oh, okay, hold on a second. Ring, ring. Hello? Hi? Yeah? Who is it? Yeah, who's calling? Bad opportunity. What? Excuse me? A shitty opportunity is called. Oh, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I have a bad connection. I don't understand you well. A deceptive opportunity is calling. Interesting. A what? A shady opportunity. A scammy opportunity? Hello? Hello? A pyramid scheme opportunity. Okay, that was weird. That was an opportunity calling me, but it doesn't seem to be a good opportunity, but the person actually hung up when I said it was a pyramid scheme opportunity. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Okay, but to finish this off, all jokes aside, opportunity is calling. Yeah, it's a bad opportunity. If you have to try to recruit people and to offer them an opportunity by leaving out a lot of very important information about the trips, about the car program, about the incentives in general. If you're not able to talk about the income disclosure statement, which I showed you, it shows that Monat is not a great opportunity. The majority of people who join Monat will not make any money. I debunked all of the misinformation or the stuff that they left out. And in conclusion, I would say that joining Monat is an opportunity, but it is a bad one. Please don't fall for people who do this because they want to make more money off of you. Reps are fleeing Monat because there are other opportunities out there now in the after-pandemic world. Also because Monat leaders recognize that it is really, really hard to keep ranks. That's why they're leaving to other MLMs. Please don't fall for this. Please don't join Monat. In my opinion, that is a really, really bad opportunity. If you like videos like this, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. If you want to, you can leave me a comment, a thumbs up. I will be back soon with a new video, and I hope to see you then as well. Tschüss!